Hi there, I'm Artemis, and I feel like doing some other like kind of random opinionated content. Sometimes covering current events or whatever else I feel like ranting about with probably minimal bullshit. And I think I'm gonna keep it really simple. I'm just gonna call it Artemis Talks Shit, and it's gonna be nice and simple and to the point. And so, for the first episode of Artemis Talks Shit, I kind of wanted to cover Jeffrey Epstein because he's like such a high profile thing going on right now. My friend actually likened it to like the O.J. Simpson trial. I mean, everyone's been watching this guy. He's a convicted pedophile. He's been accused of sex trafficking now. And I mean, he was kind of like the highest profile inmate in the country. So, let's put it on the agenda. Jeffrey Epstein. And, just so that we can keep some facts going. He's the highest profile inmate in the entire country right now. Pretty legit. And what happens next? He mysteriously dies of suicide. And I gotta call a little bit of bullshit right now on this, because you gotta figure all those papers just released, I think like yesterday. So basically, he's under suicide watch. He dies by suicide basically the day after all the papers are released to the public. So it just I just gotta say I call bullshit a little bit. I think that things that he had done was he threatened royalty, he threatened an ex-president, and he threatened a slew of other ridiculously wealthy people. And it's almost like an episode of Breaking Bad at this point, where the guy who's potentially the ringleader of this giant sex ring, underage sex ring, suddenly dies in prison while on suicide watch. That's like the craziest part is that he's on suicide watch. So, like, isn't there closed circuit TV, or is there going to be any justice related to this? Because I mean, who didn't see it coming? I know I was talking about this with a couple other friends the other day. I'm like, there's no way he's going to survive like much longer, because they're never going to be able to get any information out of him. Like, he probably didn't have to roll over for anyone. He knew he was stuck in jail until June of the next year. It's just wild how it happened. So I guess my question is to you guys, if you even care or not, is what do you think? Do you think that he basically faked his death and he's been pardoned and he's so rich? Because you have to remember, he was willing to post $500 million in bail. Let's just note that real quick. Willing to post $500 million in bail. That's what was going on. He was willing to post $500 million in bail money. And instead, luckily, they kept him in there. So it's bizarre. It makes you wonder, either guards were paid to look the other way, and he basically was like told, like, you need to kill yourself, or he was secretly killed, or maybe he was secretly pardoned, and it's all fucking corrupt, and he's just living back on an island somewhere, and it was a guy who looked like him, and swapped fingerprints. I mean, who knows? At this point, it's gonna like turn into some conspiracy level shit. So now, beyond that, I guess, what's gonna happen to Ghislaine Maxwell, who was his like partner in crime, this woman with him? My question is, basically, and I want to make this video before anything crazy happens, because crazy things are already happening. Is she gonna mysteriously disappear or kill herself next? Because I hope that the story doesn't just die with Epstein at this point. I hope that they continue to pursue it. I think that justice really needs to be served. And in the documents that were released, it was said that it is an undisputed fact that multiple witnesses deposed in this case have testified that defendant Ghislaine Maxwell operated as convicted pedophile Jeffrey Epstein's procurer of underage girls. So, she's next on the chopping block right now. Is she going to just disappear or mysteriously kill herself or something? I mean, how do you die under constant surveillance in your jail cell? How does this happen? How can they let this happen? So I don't know. What do you think? That's basically I wanted to make a video for Artemis Talks Shit, and if you have some ideas for what the second episode of Artemis Talks Shit and the third, there's a lot of things that I want to talk some shit about that I just want to keep for an opinion at some point, and I'm kind of curious what the rest of you guys think. I don't even know if YouTube's useful for this type of stuff, but I'm legitimately curious because I don't really believe much of the media anymore. I think it's insane. How did a guy die on suicide watch of suicide? Couldn't they pay two guys to just watch him and be like, what's he doing over there in the corner? Yo, go knock on the glass. See what he's doing over there. Take that away from him. Like, come on. How did the highest profile inmate in the entire country manage to kill himself when he's got so much information, he's got so much dirt? Did they just basically have him killed Breaking Bad style in prison and it's ruled off as a suicide, or has he just been pardoned and he's escaped? Let me know in the comments. I think it's just fucking madness. So that's basically it. That's Artemis Talks Shit. We'll see what we do for episode 2.